It is the return of the most butteriest of buns, the SuperButterBuns. Oh yeah, Buns also released a little bit of a video going over everything that's going to be happening in 2019.
I watched that.
Yeah, and it's really insightful, you know, just seeing her talk about everything that she's gone through over the last year or so, and yeah, it's interesting to see that.
Yeah.
And we hope that Buns continues to enjoy her time here on YouTube, and continues to not only entertain but also continues to thrive and be successful. So yeah, that's one thing I'm looking very forward to. But in light of all this, we figured, hey, why not watch another one of her For Beginners videos, and why not do a video game that is near and dear to my heart? And I really need to play the PS4 remastered version. Really need to do that. Really do.
This is also on the very long list of Kyra needs to play.
Yes.
Yeah, I've thought about playing this. I don't know if I watched you play it or JAXMerrick play it. No, you sent me
I've
the
sent
videos.
you Jack playing it. Yeah.
You've sent me the videos of him playing it. And you're like, you need to watch this because it's cool,
I got
and you
it
didn't
on
play
PS4.
it.
It's got one of the best soundtracks ever.
Yes.
As well.
And
Yeah. Well, I will play it.
Please do.
Maybe.
Please do, because it is worth it. It is super worth it. Okay. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is SuperButterBuns, Shadow of the Colossus for Beginners. I loved Shadow of the Colossus when I was a kid, and I really wanted to play it again. And I got the remastered version on PS4 the day it came out. So I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna play this on stream. And then things happened, and I didn't play it on stream because of a certain individual who did something very bad, and it just caused everything to just go haywire for a little bit. So
that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but it probably doesn't
you don't
matter.
have to. I'll explain it. I'll explain it a little bit later.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. So
I had that moment. I was like, "Is it me?" But there's probably no way it's me.
No, because I didn't even know you when the remaster came out.
Yeah, I don't even know when it came out, but you know.
It came out mid last year, I think.
Okay.
It came out last year. I know that. Actually, no. It came out even before that. It came out 2017, I think. Let me.
2019 now.
Yeah, let me double check that, because I know I'm gonna get skewered by the friggin' comment section. Shadow of the Colossus. There
How
it is.
dare you not know the exact date that the game released, Nathaniel?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
You're not. Nate's not a real gamer girl.
Exactly. Nate's fake gamer girl confirmed.
I said grill because.
What I gotta say to that?
That's gross.
I said grill because of butter buns. Yay.
Gamer Grill.
Grill.
Grill! Okay, no, it was February 2018.
Okay.
So it was last year. Yay.
I didn't meet
It was
you
actually almost exactly 1 year ago.
Yeah. I didn't meet you guys until July.
Might do that. We actually might do that for the 1 year anniversary. Because, hey, it's been on my PlayStation for 1 year. Why not play it now? Oh, God.
I mean, isn't that how you're supposed to play games? Buy them and then not play them until a year later whenever you want more games and you buy more.
My parents got me Assassin's Creed like every year for Christmas, the new one that came out.
Yeah.
So I had to go back and finish the last one.
Like
From
right
the year before.
And then, so I finished the last one, was excited to play the new one, played about 10% away into it, and was completely burnt out on Assassin's Creed. So then I did not actually play it until the next year when I got the new one.
That's how it goes, man.
So
that's just how it goes.
I did that every year with Assassin's Creed, except for when the first one came out.
Yeah.
So the first one I played all the way through right away, but like it happened like that every year after that.
Yeah.
Because they were putting them out once a year, like right before Christmas, so I always asked for them for Christmas.
That's also like how I didn't like actually start really playing through Super Mario Odyssey until I got Breath of the Wild, because I'm like, I need to actually play the games that I have.
Yes, you do.
It's true.
All right, so
Yeah.
Shadow of the Colossus for Beginners, Colossi? No, never mind.
I'm pretty sure I have shit on my Steam list I still haven't booted up.
Yeah, same here. So, Shadow of the Colossus for Beginners by SuperButterBuns. Here we go.
I am a terrible gamer girl. that banjo music.
So Shadow of the Colossus came out 2005, and everyone was like,
Oh.
the game received overwhelmingly positive reviews, and well, it kind of received positive reviews. While Shadow of the Colossus is widely considered one of the best games on the PS2, it is one of those love it or hate it kind of games. With polarizing gameplay and a crushingly depressive atmosphere, this game is very, very unique in how it handles things. It's like what would happen if a soft grunge minimalist bedroom picture got turned into a game. And yes, that is the best comparison I can come up with, because this game is frickin' sad, but
oh, you know Buns.
When it did come out, it was a real showcase of how cinematic games could be without sacrificing gameplay. But anyway, if you're new to this game,
don't remember that
basic
part.
tips, tricks, and heads up for people
Oh, you don't
who
remember that one?
know about this game.
There's different ways of
So you
approaching
play
the
as
boss.
this
That's
dude
probably
Walker,
why.
or
They
as I
probably
like to
didn't
call
climb
him,
up its
Doofus Mc-
whisker
get a haircut,
thingies.
you hippie. And you come to this
Doofus
forbidden land in
McHaircut,
hopes of
you
bringing
get
your
it.
dead girlfriend or sister,
Doofus
or
McHippie,
maybe
get a
just gal
haircut.
pal back to life. I don't know, man. They never really specify who this chick is. But anyway, once you get to the land, a totally not sketchy entity-like thing from the sky named Dorman says he can bring this chick back to life if you kill 16 giant colossi. So up you go to stab giant freaky monsters to bring your girlfriend, cousin, baby cakes back to life. And that's kind of the basics of the journey.
I think
And
it
the
is his
people who
love.
created this game, Team Ico,
That's kinda what
or
I
Eco, or
assumed.
ICO, I really don't care. Why don't you fight about it in the comments?
Team
nerds?
Ico.
Are best known for minimalistic kind of stories that play with big themes and hidden messages, and the stuff is just filled with intrigue and mystery. And for the most part, the story is very simple, and while it adds a little more near the end, since you're in a forbidden land and all, it's really just go here, kill the thing, and do it all over again. But Shadow of the Colossus story isn't what will grab you, it's the atmosphere. And trust me, when I say this game will make you feel things. It's got a super depressing undertone, and guys, I don't know how to explain it. Just, oh God, my poor soul.
You can't really explain it without giving away a major spoiler, so.
Yeah.
Sad, you guys. But there's a crushing sense of loneliness in this world, since there aren't any NPCs and stuff like that. The world's just kind of dead. It's just you and your dopey horse. And 16 giant monsters that totally just want to be your friend. No, really, guys, for reals, they're totally cool. Trust me, I'm an expert. Alright, so the game is very rinse and repeat. The structure is literally head towards the Colossus who are somewhere in the world, find the Colossus, kill the Colossus, and then you pop right back in the temple thingy. That's it. Very basic, very repetitive. So half of the game is just looking around for the diddly dang colossi. It's all very minimalistic, so if you're not into that kind of thing, you're gonna have a bad time. There really isn't any side junk either, no extra bosses or enemies. It's just empty land, bare bone nothing. It's vast, it'll make you feel like poop. But the game goes for a big
But it's
contrast
pretty.
kind of feel. Like
Very
big
pretty.
open areas and nothing going on, to loud noises and an orchestra pit having a seizure with a giant monster trying to kill you before you kill it.
That's
So
the
yeah,
Patrick
the game
face.
is really
Yeah.
50-50. When you're not finding a Colossus, you're just going to be looking around for the next one to fight. And you'll be getting around by riding your horse. Throughout your journey, you'll be accompanied by Argo. Now, pro tip here, if Argo is allowed in the boss area, you should probably use him, you dink. But the thing about Argo is that he doesn't control the way you think he does. It's tricky, and if you're not patient with him, he'll just kind of run around drunkenly. While he is easy to control when you're in a full sprint and stuff, it's when you're doing tiny turns and quick movements is when things are gonna get frickin' funky and he's gonna start flailing like there's no tomorrow. You got lots of space in this area. Make sure you take some time to get used to this dumb horse. And because this dude can get frustrating as hell to work with, in the description below are some tricks while riding this dude, so take advantage of those, you nerd. So the game does tell you where the
Nerd.
next Colossi is, but it can kind of get a little obnoxious sometimes. When holding up your sword when around the sun, it will create a beam showing you what direction the Colossus is in. But that's just it. It's only the direction. The world can get kind of curvy and things aren't located in a straight shot. Most of the time you'll be swerving all over the place to find these bad boys, and this is a big, big world, you guys. Lots of running around, lots of looking. So be sure to use your sword, check your map in the pause menu, and even climb to a vantage point if you lose the sun. Because man, oh man, I've been running around here for an hour. Where are you, you big nerd? You're the size of the moon! This shouldn't be that hard! Where are you? Okay, so gameplay-wise when it comes to Wander, it's pretty straightforward stuff. You got your grip gauge and your weapon select, and you'll be sticking with those throughout the whole game. No real power-ups or anything if you don't include increasing your grip gauge. So Tiny Tim here can climb like nobody's business. and how much longer you can climb or hang on to stuff is determined by this weird pink circle. This thing is very important, kids. It's like a ticking time bomb, alright? It regenerates over time and rather quickly, but it only does that when you aren't hanging on to something. And 99% of the time, your gauge will run out a few times before you get the boss's health down. So rest on a boss as much as possible when given the chance, because falling off frickin' sucks. God. What you say? Now, for the Colossi themselves, they come in all shapes and sizes, and while the sizes are for the most part really, really frickin' big, some aren't, so don't always expect a giant monster. Now, taking them out isn't just wailing on them with a little baby sword. Think of them more as like climbing puzzles. Each Colossus has a weak point, or a series of weak points that you need to stab in order to really get their health down. And trust me, you'll know you're hitting the weak points when the black mist starts hitting you in the face, and God, it makes me so nauseous. I hate it so much. Oh God, it's so awful. But anyway, each Colossus is different when it comes to exploiting or reaching the weak points, but the stabbing is all the same. So get going, you nerd. Okay, so your biggest enemy in this game isn't the Colossus, it's the grip gauge and the animation interruptions. Oh my God, these animation interruptions. Your main goal when facing the Colossus is to take out the weak points, but staying on the Colossus or getting onto the Colossus is the hardest part. Now, most of the time, you can't just start climbing on them till you have stun locked them in some sort of way. It's different for each one, but most of the time, it's either shoot them where something's glowing, have them ram into something, or have them get low enough for you to jump on. These guys are like little giant toddlers, and baiting them is pretty simple. Most are slow, dumb, and oh my God, look at that sad creature. It just wants to be left alone. Look at that scared, innocent face. Why are you such a terrible person, Wanderer? Try online dating or something, you Now, the game is a lot of jumping, falling, and hanging on for dear life. Timing is really important in this game, guys. The Colossus have a terrible habit of freaking out and tossing you around. When stabbing the Colossus' weak points, you have to charge the attack, and this thing takes its sweet old bippy time doing it. You really only need 2 to 4 hits to get the job done, but Wanderer is a little baby, and the slightest movement from the Colossi will interrupt the attack. It's really, 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 really frustrating. The second you get on that weak point, start charging that thing, and even halfway charge it if you can, because the window to attack is so freaking small, and calm down for God's sake, you big dumb. Alright, so here are a few tips and things you should probably know before you get started. The lizards with the glowing white tails increase your grip gauge, and they always chillin' near save points, so get shooting. Just keep stabbing like there's no tomorrow when you land the first hit on the Colossi before they start frickin' the frick out. Holding up the sword can also show you the locations of the Colossi's weak points. This is a send back to your last save kind of game. Save often, you dink. Shoot the Colossi with your bow to get their attention. Trust me, they're gonna love you. Shoot the fruits in the trees and pick them up to increase your health. God, this song plays every time. I hate it so much. Dorman kind of gives you hints of where the next boss is when he describes the next Colossi, so read the subtitles, you nerd. Fall damage is a thing in this game, kiddo. If it's hairy, you can climb on it.
Do it! Just do it!
So while Shadow of the Colossus is a immersive and unique experience, its minimalistic gameplay and story can really rub you the wrong way if you're not in the right mood. But there is no denying that this is a great game. Things just feel epic, and the Colossus are a big bucket of variety. They actually feel huge, and it gives this game an amazing sense of scale. And while it is kind of a Debbie Downer, it sticks with you, and are you ready for the last Guardian? I sure know I am, kiddos!
Get a load of that dog! Look at that dog! Woo! Woo!
But Team Ico sure knows how to make a cinematic game. And I hope this Basics Beginner's Guide makes your gaming experience a little better. So please, rate, comment, and subscribe, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Hey, how's it going? Did you like this video? Well, if you did, why don't you go watch another one, you nerd? Also, why don't you go follow me on Twitter and Twitch so you can keep up to date on what's gonna happen next? And a shout out to all of these wonderful Twitter followers who sent in tips for this video. And a big thank you to the Twitter users, the 42Gamer, and the Lady Hammerlock for making the new bun seen in this episode. If you have any tips for this game or any future games, please leave a comment, tweet me, or send me a message. Later, nerds!
Later, buns. Okay, so Shadow of the Colossus. Yeah, it's in some segments a pretty big downer kind of game. But still, though, its scope and scale and storytelling are one of a kind. I mean, I can't think of a game that immersed me so deep with so little.
Yeah. It's one of those games like where usually with like games like I'll do two different things. Like I'll pick up the game, I'll play like halfway through it, and then I'll put it down for a while, and I'll do a lot of other games in between, and then I'll pick it back up, or I'll have to restart it because I waited too long. Or I pick it up and I play straight the fuck through because I'm totally in. It's like twice I've played Shadow of the Colossus, both times straight the fuck through because it's just that immersive and like grabbing and like you want to keep playing it.
You want to get to the next Colossi.
Yeah.
Every time.
You want to see what's next. And it's fucking epic too. Like,
it is.
The world is empty-ish, but it's like, ooh, that's pretty. Like, you know, that's epic. It's like, that looks really cool. Then like you get in the fights with them and it's just like, you start to hold your breath at parts because you're just like, oh, I can make it. You know, and just like, and you're like, oh yeah, take that, you big son of a bitch.
And then you
kill it, and then you're just like, I feel bad about what I've done.
You very slowly start to realize that these creatures are docile. They're not overly violent. They only attack when provoked.
Yeah, they're basically just defending themselves.
Yeah, and it does have this melancholy sense to it that just makes you feel like while you're accomplishing something, what you're accomplishing comes at a great cost. And it's like, oh my gosh. It's almost Lovecraftian in some ways because of the looming dread. The looming dread because you have this thing speaking to you the entire time, and it's leading you on this journey, and it knows what you want. And it's just like, oh my gosh. What's going to happen at the end of this? Are things gonna be good? Am I going to save my love from death, from the grasp of death? Am I going to do that, or am I going to die, you know, attempting to do the impossible? Because when you see some of the Colossi and just how sometimes seeing the fights in this video do not do it justice until you've actually ran up to the Colossus and figured out, like, with some of them, figured out how to climb on them.
That's the thing, too, is every time I watch someone else play the game, they don't feel that big. But when I have the controller in my hands, like, for some reason, like, you're just like, oh, shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like they don't seem like as big until you're actually immersed in the game, and then you're just like, oh crap, how the fuck am I gonna do this? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, it's a fun game. I like it a lot. It's just like I'm trying not to say too much about it, just because I don't want Kyra to have anything spoiled for her if she plays it.
Yeah, I'd like to play it.
It's like what you've seen Jack play. You know, as long as you haven't watched him play till the end, there's still lots of things you don't really realize about it.
Yeah, I don't think I watched him play till the end.
I remember I watched the Game Grumps play all the way through, and Aaron had played it before. Dan had not, and there were things that happened. Dan experienced, let's just say, emotions.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful to witness because it was just like, oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that feeling. Oh, but yeah, it was really cool. This is a really good game, and Team Ico, they do great work. I mean,
Eco actually.
Eco.
Mm-hmm.
Eco.
I remember whenever Eco came out back in the day, like I was reading one of the game magazines, and they were like, it's pronounced it rhymes with Geeko, by the way. And so, and then if you consider it to be like a continuous like universe that their games take place in, if you think about it, Trico, like it's spelled the same way.
Yeah.
Trico. But yeah, I remember them saying back in the day, it's like rhymes with Geeko, so it's Eco.
Okay,
so Team Eco.
Trico, Team Eco. Well,
that's the comment section would probably correct you on that. So
the game Eco, Shadow of the Colossus. and then The Last Guardian. I would say The Last Guardian is the one that really started to feel the age of the game design.
The thing about The Last Guardian is they were trying to do something that ended up being more frustrating than fun.
Well, I still completed it all the way through.
I didn't finish it yet, but it was one of those things where I had to get rid of it before I could. So I might go back and finish it one day, or I might just watch my friend that's playing it right now play through past the parts that I got past and just be done with it.
Well, there's some emotional parts to it that I will say, for me, there's the frustrating stuff, like trying to get Trico to do.
Well, there's like one section in particular that I remember where you have to get Trico to go underwater, and it's fucking near impossible to get him to do it. Like, I was trying everything, like, and then finally he just fucking does it. And I'm like, what did I do different? Like, it was annoying as shit.
Yeah, and Team Eco, it's going to take me a while to say it and not have to, like, catch myself. But Team Eco, they are working on another game. And from what I understand, they are going to update the controls a bit more, make the controls a lot more responsive and everything. So you're not... You don't feel wary of button presses in any way, because that's one thing that I feared with Shadow of the Colossus. Like, one wrong button hit, and you went off in the wrong direction.
All of their games, all three of their games, Shadow of the Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus had the tightest controls of the three.
I would say that, yeah.
Like Eco and The Last Guardian, you almost feel like you're on roller skates when you start to run.
Yeah, kind of.
And it's like. And then you're running, and it's fucking weird. And I hope they do away with that and make like a more responsive experience next game.
I think they will.
But their games are always like, even though like Last Guardian has its problems and stuff, it's like a sense of awe that you get from their level design and like the world that they make and stuff.
Very imaginative.
And the characters really feel like alive and stuff too, because Trico really feels like a real thing that you're making friends with, at least. It's like you're occasionally like, go, Catbird! Fucking go! But, like, at the same time, it's like he gets a spear caught in him and stuff, and he's like, oh! And you're just like, oh, let me help you. I'm sorry. I got you. So you feel bad for him and stuff, too.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
you grow attached to him.
Some of the shit you see, he's just walking in a room, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah. So, I mean, it's cool. Like, cool sets of games for those reasons.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well... Ladies and gentlemen, this was fun. This was Shadow of the Colossus for Beginners by SuperButterBuns. Butterbuns, if you're watching this, thank you once again for creating these amazing videos. They are awesome all the way around. Big fans. Just know that we're really big fans, and we can't wait to see what else you're going to put out this year.
Sure, there's going to be a lot of Kingdom Hearts 3 videos if I had to guess.
There probably will be.
Oh, God.
Buns is big on the Kingdom Hearts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so pretty.
So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for tuning in. This, once again, was SuperButterBuns. Want to see the original video? Link, as always, is in the description down below. And, check out SuperButterBuns. And if you want to check out our other stuff, feel free to do that as well. Till next time, I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
I'm Kyra.
And we'll see you in the next one, everybody. Peace out.